Well, hello, hello, hello. As you can see, I have some eyeshadow in my hand. And no, I'm not going to use it on my eyes like I do. I'm going to use it on the nails. And yes, in the past you've seen me use palette for doing my nails here and there. It wasn't these, of course. I've never used these. I've kind of waited and stuff. And these are some nice bright colors. So I thought I'd use some red, maybe some oranginess, and see what I can do, because I got a couple ideas in my brain of mine that I've recorded. I saw this one recently, which was like someone using, look like maybe it could be this, making it into like a strawberry or something. I don't know if I'm going to do that exactly, but we'll see. I'll put a nice neutral base, and then I will see how that comes. And then there's this other woman from this person that I follow and kind of sometimes look at his stuff, and he was using like squares on top of each other to do the look. So I have those two and one does use eyeshadow, the other one probably does, or it could use a product that's made for it. I don't know, but these are the eyeshadows I'm going to do after I put a nice base on, because these nails have been on for a week and they're chipping a little bit on the bottom. And this one's been for like 2 weeks because I kept the ring finger on each hand of the nail. As you can see, that is from my manicure before then, because I quickly redid them because the gems were falling off of these, but not with these, because they were, the other ones were falling off, especially on this finger, on the pointer finger. So I thought it's a good idea just to redo them quickly, and that's what I did. So you saw that as well, but now I just thought, why not use my I Love Revlon eyeshadows for something on my nails? So, as I have these two ideas wrangling in my head, whatever I might come out because of these two things, we'll see. But here we go with the colors that I'm going to be using on top of my neutral base. To a close-up of the base coat here, this nice tan of it all and everything. And now putting it on. While I wait for my base color on my nails to dry nicely, so then I can put on some of the eyeshadow. Here are my little toesies. Yes, I'm keeping them slightly long-ish. And if you're enjoying that with my little toesies that I might paint a color soon, then subscribe to the channel, and the more and more that subscribe later down the line, as things go, I'll probably show some more of my toesies. So with that, as you get a little sneak peek of my toesies right now, subscribe so you can see more. And here we are as I'm putting on the eyeshadow. I'm using this very creamy eyeshadow. It's less of a dust, but a cream. So just kind of putting it on and everything. And I'm using this bright, reddy, pinky color for around it to get that brighter color that you saw in the video of theirs. So it's very finicky, as eyeshadow doesn't like to come off and on and stuff. So, but there it is. Now it's all in with a nice base coat of it all and everything there. Nice. And I just thought, here's my other hand with the way I'm doing the color. So I thought I'd show a little bit of my right hand putting it on. It is a little tricky for me. And then, as you know, I'm doing a little bit, this one is a little bit different, of course, this nail. So I'm adding some green to it in a way. So there is that for the other nail. And as we are, and I saw something, and it's clear. And I thought it might give a little bit of an oomph-y like you see in a strawberry with the lines. So I'm doing the lines in a sparkly hollow of it all. Yep, that's what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of hovering it over, kind of letting it be thick, because I do want that for the lines. I'm going off of that video that I saw, So we're definitely going off of that, even if it's different, because, But yeah, it looks really, really nice. One line to the next, giving it just a little bit of sparkle, but in a good way. It almost makes me think of like a creature from the ocean, scales, kind of. But no, this is supposed to be fruit, and it will look more like fruit in a couple minutes if I get this last line on and fix that up. Yep, that's right. I got some green grass, the fields of grass. And you could probably think what I might be using this for. Yes, the little green stem. I'm adding the green into the bottom, so that definitely, in my opinion, makes it more like a strawberry in my best ability. Even though that looked like Mickey Mouse for a second until I kind of went into the middle and filled in the bottom of it as well. Yeah, I'm doing that as well. Yes, it's very wonky, but wonky in a good way, if I say. It's like wonky fruit. So to hold that all in, let's get that nice glossy top coat to hold all the wonkiness of the fruitiness in. Looking nice and done and awesome. And bam! That's right, my nails are done. E-O-C-O. And you might be able to tell what I did on my other hand. I did watermelon. Oh, yes, I did. And yes, these both came out a lighter color because I didn't really have bright red eyeshadow. But I think they came out very, very nice for the most part, even though my top coat that is thick was giving me some trouble. But at least I got it to work, and here is the outcome, looking very, very nice. So, because I wanted to do my other hand differently, like I want to do my other hand differently, like I always do, right? I did. And so I said, oh, that's like similar, like same color scheme, except for the black part and all that. I said, yes, let's do it. And they both did them with some, eyeshadow. So it was like, yeah, it's the same technique anyway. I saw some other fruits, one that was like, I'm not sure I can want to do that one anyway. But the watermelon one was like, yes. Mine came out a little differently because my seeds were a lot bigger. So they're more like shape-ish of typical seeds, I think. So I just thought, oh, I'll do them all on one side because that just made sense. So, But this is my favorite one though, the strawberry. Oh my gosh. Even though, of course, granted, it doesn't look the same as exactly like how a strawberry would be cut in half. I didn't have the mindset to do it like that well, but I do think regardless, the artsiness of it all looks so nice. I don't know what I do, but I'm going to rep these for a week. Yep. Got the very clinging on base coat of it all. Doing it in the ways that work for me. Maxing away of it all. Doing what I can to make it work. I did put another top coat on top of it. One I don't typically like. These thinner ones like this are not always my favorite ones because sometimes these really, really watery ones don't work as well as others. So that's why I did the other one and then that on top so there wouldn't be any creasing potentially, but there might not be with this one. But anyway, it's sometimes due to do 2 coats of top coat. Anyway, so I did glossy to make sure nothing bleed, and then I did the thin one knowing nothing will bleed. So with all that in mind and everything, feeling the fruit of it all, if I do say so myself. Till next time, sparkle, sparkle, bam!